Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to No Man's Land with me, cwattyeso, here in Farming Simulator 19. We are back to do some more precision farming stuff. However, I've been noticing a bit of an issue today. I've been trying to play on a different map, and I was trying to do a live stream earlier, and I was having issues. At the moment, everything seems to be working okay. I can zoom in and out on the map. Fine. I can see all the stuff there. We're obviously going to be doing some soil sampling, so that's all fine. Check my game settings. That's fine. Right. The issue I've been having, very weirdly, revolves around after a certain period of time playing the game, I suddenly lose the ability to be able to move any vehicles. I can't drive anything. And I don't know what's causing it. I really don't. So right now for me, this video could be either really quite long, or it could be very, very short. Because if I start having some issues with the controls, once the controls stop working, that's it. I kind of got to just restart the game at that point. And certainly when you're soil sampling, it becomes very frustrating, because this takes quite a long time, and then all of a sudden you can't move the gator. And weirdly, on the map I was trying to play on, I had the problem the second I bought the gator. I went to the store to pick it up, and I couldn't even drive it from the store. I could not even pick up the scout tool that's doing the soil sampling. I couldn't even go and connect to that and pick it up. So I was like, what am I supposed to do? So yeah, this mod is a little bit glitchy at the minute, it seems. It's having some conflicts with things, but the worrying thing about it is, when I check the log file in the game on PC, it's not giving me any errors. So it's not giving me any indication of what it's having issue with. What it's falling out with, what mods it doesn't like. You know, and for me, that I don't like that. I don't like it when the game doesn't give you enough information on error reporting. So we'll see. I mean, I played fine yesterday. Yesterday I played fine. I recorded the first 2 videos, so I played for a couple of hours in pretty much what was one session. I even had the game like paused but running when I left the house a couple of times to deal with family issues, the family stuff that was happening yesterday. So I really don't know what the problem is today. Why all of a sudden the game just stops recognising any controls after a certain period of time. The only thing else that's slightly changed on my PC since I played yesterday was I have shut down and restarted my PC because I had a Windows update to install, and I also had the GeForce driver update. And those are the only slight changes. That's the only thing different that I'm doing today. I've not downloaded any other mods. I'm not trying any other mods. So I think might end up, for sanity's sake, I might end up removing precision farming. I'm certainly not putting it on the multiplayer map. I know Mr. Helgi did ask me about it in the Discord the other day, but I'm not planning on adding this mod and DLC to any of my servers until, you know, updates and bug fixing have taken place. There's bound to be a lot of compatibility issues right now. But like I say, it was weird. And the only other thing, and if I play today on this map, and I don't run into any issues, right, everything works fine, then obviously I'm going to have to look at this map's mod folder and look at the mod folder of the map I was trying to play earlier and see what's different. What mods have I got installed on this that I don't have on the other map, in the other map? Or what maps have I got installed on the other map that I don't have installed on this, which might be causing the problem? I don't know how the console players cope, and they don't have access to log files and, you know, the in-game console and that. How do they ever find out what's causing their problems? And how do you fix the problems? So doing all the soil sampling, and obviously to get this field done. One thing I have already found, thankfully with the way Giants have released this, they call it DLC, but I'm going to call it a mod because it appears in the ModHub, and it's a free download, and it downloads as a regular old zip file, not as a .dlc file. So I'm calling it a mod. I'm not going to call it DLC, but the good thing is by releasing it as a mod, you can actually open up the files and have a look and snoop around inside. And one of the things I've already found is that you can change the radius on the soil sampler. So if you do get slightly fed up of having to take 500 soil samples on a field, you can increase the radius of the soil sampler, and then you can take and map bigger areas of the field, so you can actually then basically map a whole field with far less samples taken. I mean, I've done a test already where I've doubled the radius of the soil sampler, and it seems to work perfectly fine. So make of that what you will, folks. So far so good though with the controls. So let's have a look then. What has precision farming told me? Okay, we've got some loamy soil, we've got some sandy loam, and we've got some loamy sand. pH values are pretty decent to start with without having lime on the field. There's a couple of areas where it probably needs to go up a little bit. And we're going to have to increase it quite a bit. Which is what we'll do now. We'll get the lime spreader and we'll go do some lime spreading. One of the things I have done as well today is I've left the tractor hooked up to my trailer just to make sure it didn't go running away. Let's go get now. The thing I'm worried about here is with the precision farming mod, is it better to use when you're using like fertilizer applicators or fertilizer spreaders, is it actually better to use a spreader that actually has a smaller working width? Yes, it'll take you longer to map spread a field, but you'll be doing smaller widths, which means you're actually going to be if you're using the automatic application rate, it should be a lot more accurate, because obviously it's only measuring the field in that little area that you're spreading on, and therefore the automatic width shouldn't be an issue, and it should think. I think certainly when I did that field over there with this machine, 50 meters is obviously a massive amount of area to spray, and I've got a feeling that what happens is after you've sprayed the stuff on the land, it covers the whole field. So some areas of the field which might need more of an application of lime don't get it, and then areas of the field that need less might get too much applied to it. But the real big issue I see so far with the precision farming mod is that after applying lime or fertilizer, you will need to change the field state or the growth stage or whatever before you can apply more. So if you do have a problem, like you apply too little lime or too little fertilizer to a field, you can't go over it again and spray more on it. You'd have to change the field. So you've either got to wait for the crop to grow another stage if you've got crop on the field, or you'd have to like plough the field again or cultivate it again. You might be able to go over it with a different fertilizer. Like if you've done fertilizing and you've done liquid fertilizing, you might be able to go over it with solid fertilizer and get a different amount of lime fertilizer apply, or you might have to go over it with manure or slurry even to try and bump that nitrogen value up even higher. Again, the way Farm Sim works, the game, it does like that. You can't like overspray. There's no like overspraying or overspreading possible. Which is obviously a little bit weird. It's also really annoying that I have to play with the help window open if I want to be able to see what application, what fertilizer spray rate I'm currently applying to the field. It would have been nice. It would have been very nice to have been able to see that bar somewhere on the screen without having to have that help window open. You know, put it underneath the speedo in the bottom right hand corner if you need to. You know, I don't want to have to play the game with the help window open all the time, cluttering up the screen. Just move that little bottom bit, put it under the speedo, shift all the speedo and all the other icons up a bit, and have that pH value or nitrogen value application thing bar there. You know, put it under where the fill capacity is. Put it under the clock or the pricing info. Just put it somewhere so I can close the help menu. So this field seems to have already be limed better, or about the same as that field over there. We won't know about fertiliser until we come with the fertiliser sprayer. Do some fertiliser passes. There we go. So there's the lime applied. Happy days. What we'll do now then is we'll grab the JCB again. And we'll doesn't seem to be applying a lot of fertiliser at the minute. That's a bit, because it's literally just doing the outside bit of the field. grass. It's showing it as grass on loamy sand. Increasing the nitrogen level to optional value for grass. So does this mean you can't use this kind of fertilizer until you've got it? You're gonna have to put the crop on the field first, and then it can adjust the fertilizer rates to the crop. No crop detected now. Okay. So I wonder if you're overlapping, it's detecting what's beside the field, which was grass, and therefore it's applying a different amount of fertilizer. That's going to be a bit of an issue. If you want to pre-fertilize then. So there's a couple of spots there where the auto applicator has missed. Yeah, the auto applicator seems a little bit hit and miss to me. If it already detects that you've sprayed a part of the field, it won't let you spray it again. What we'll do now. And you notice we can't overspray. Won't let us. Not sure what to think of that then, because that's going to be a bit of a problem. You can't overspray a field. you can't overspray. That's a bit of a bug, I think. So now I've got to seed the field. With something. What I will do is quickly go and refill this. Still should have a pallet sat down by my other field. And then there will be some at the store too. But so far, the good news is we're 26 minutes into the video. And I haven't lost the ability to drive my vehicles. Like I say, don't know what was causing that issue. And we are full again. Right. Get my big tractor. Grab my seeder. Another thing I might do is just oh, how do I get that out of there? Okay, peeps, I guess we are stuck with the front loader on the tractor. Unless I can... wait first. Yeah, drop the weight first is a good plan. Now I can drive out. Obviously, realistically, you would always have the weight on the back of the... You would never have a weight on the front of the tractor when using a front loader tool. Because the whole point of the weight is that it's supposed to counterbalance. Right, I'm going to do wheat as my next official crop. We are going to run out of seed and fertiliser though. At least it is changing the fertiliser state around the edge of the field now. We are getting a green. Which is weird, because in the past, when you fertilised a field and then you've come and seeded it, if you didn't cultivate or plough before, fertiliser from the seeder wouldn't be recognised. But it does seem like precision farming does fix that issue. Yeah, I'm gonna have to go to the store because I'm about out of fertiliser. I know what I can do. We do have the luxury of a mod. That's an easy way. Just have the seed delivered. And the reason I'm planting wheat is because it's another crop that's easy to harvest then. I've got oats already planted, so it gives us a chance to look at the yield difference. What we're likely to see yield-wise doing seeding with this type of machine. So at least we'll get yield information on 2 different crops, having done the precision farming, which might then help players to determine what they're actually going to grow on their maps. Because obviously there's very little point planting something if it's going to yield badly. If you're going to get a low yield of a crop, then there's not much point planting it, because you have to plant that much of it to make any money. It'll also be interesting to know if we can ever get the the bonus to the yield that comes with having like, because I think if I look at this right, you can get 125% yield. 125% yield. That to me is quite amazing. I just want to get another screenshot for the thumbnail whilst I'm here. I seem to be applying a lot of fertiliser. 518 kilos per hectare. Looks like we're applying very little now because we're just making this orange strip match the green strip that is already on the field from the spraying, so it doesn't look like this is actually going to raise the fertilizing level any higher by spraying now, fertilizing now. So once we get off of this orange strip onto the main field, the rest of the field that I did spray, where it was actually recognising that there was no crop, no grass, and it was just putting default spray rates down, on that section I imagine we won't be using any fertiliser because I don't think it's going to apply any extra at this point. I think it's only going to do it once we get to the next growth stage, and I'll be able to come out and spray some more nitrogen. Yeah, so now you see I'm not applying any fertiliser at all. It reckons we're quite happily in the green section, so it doesn't need any fertiliser applying to this bit. So yeah, it's automatically cut off. It's automatically cutting off the fertilizer application once we're on one of the green bits of the field in the mini map, because it's like, yep, you've got sufficient fertilizer on there. You don't need to waste any more. It is saving me fertilizer now, which is, I suppose, very economical. And that's the whole point behind precision farming, really, to make farmers more economical and more efficient. Like I say, if it can save me money by not having me use fertilizer where I don't need it, fantastic. So yeah, field edges could be a bit of an issue then with fertilising, especially if you're using a wide sprayer like I was, 28 metres. Because it seems like it overlapping the field edge just a little bit was having this, basically the tractor or sprayer detect grass as the crop type, and therefore it was applying the spray rate for grass, even though I was just trying to fertilise the harvested field. So that whole 28 metre wide section, that headland, didn't get the right amount of fertiliser applied to it. This is a big field. Why did I make these fields so big? Yeah, we're not applying any fertiliser now, are we? We're saving money. But yeah, we're not really utilising, like I say, it's definitely doing its job here because it, like I say, it knows this part of the field is fertilised fine because it's giving me green. So it doesn't want to put any more fertiliser on it. We've reached an optimum level. I'm a little bit surprised that the bit that's sort of the limey colour, the more limey yellowy colour, it didn't put more fertiliser on there. Try and bring that into the green. Maybe that's the mod going, you know what? The fertilisers, it's okay. This slimy area that I'm about to drive onto here in the mini map, it's probably thinking all this area, it's okay. I'm not going to bother putting any more on there. But it would have been nice if it had made it match the rest of the field, wouldn't it? Made it all green. So you know you're at least got the same fertiliser across the board. There we go. One more pass and we'll put the wheat down on the field. And then when we come back, we'll be ready, folks. Ready to do. Well, probably the next video I'll bring you back for will be harvesting canola over on this field over here. Might take a look at the fertilizing once the wheat starts to emerge. We might have a look at that. See if we can bump it up any more. But right now, we've got one field that seems to be pretty good. And we've got one field that's, well, a bit rubbish. For lack of better words, that's a bit rubbish, that field. Let me have a quick look while I've got this here. And it's armed and dangerous. That trailer looks like it's moved again, or is it me? I could have sworn that was parked further back earlier. Yeah, it's not working. Won't let me apply any more fertiliser. And we'll skip that then. Yeah, I'm going to keep my eye on that trailer because I think that trailer's moved. Anyway, folks, we've reached the end of today's episode. Hope you've enjoyed it. If you have, please leave your like for me. Remember to subscribe for the channel. Leave your comments in the comment section down below. Don't forget to share the video wherever you see fit with whomever you see fit. And I'll see you all again very soon. Goodbye for now, folks.